Hi, you all.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you just fine. This is the testing meeting, right?
Yeah, this is meeting typically about pathology, but I mean, some people don't show up lately.
Oh, I mean, I wanted to bring up a topic. I've sent an email on the dev mailing list regarding using tautology in CI, and I would like to discuss that. So I'm not sure this is the right forum.
This is right forum, but you need to have people, and that's not right forum then.
Hmm. Okay.
So there
Yeah,
is,
I just got. Yeah.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, I said I just got one reply to my email. But I didn't get any reply from like the stakeholders, like David Galloway and all these guys. So I'm not sure how to proceed with this idea or initiative.
What we can do, David Galloway, you said, right?
Yeah, I think he's the key person for that.
And try to pin him. Right. Is there? I don't know. Where are you located?
In Israel,
Oh, how's life in Israel?
good. I mean, I'm used to work from home. I actually don't like to go to the office anyways. So now instead of getting there once a week, I don't get there at all. So nothing changed too much for me.
Well, I used to work from home as well, but still kind of like unusual.
Yes, yes, and like there is some. I mean, my daughter need to get. She was stranded in the Philippines. She need to get home. It's like there are consequences, but everyday life is not too bad.
Is the virus under control in Israel?
Well, yes. I mean, eventually, like everybody would get it. I mean, there's no avoidance for that. It's just a matter of the whole process being slow enough so the hospital won't collapse. That's what they're trying to achieve, pretty much. So. And with this regard, it's pretty much under control. I mean, there's relatively small amount of patients in kind of rare cases, and I think only one death so far. So, but I mean, like everybody has to stay at home. They can just go to the grocery store or something like that. They're not allowed to go outside at all. Like 70% of the people are not working. Not very nice.
Yeah, okay,
You're in
hopefully.
yeah, you're in the US, right?
I'm in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. And you have like restrictions on movements and everything, or not yet?
Yeah, we look down. I mean, we don't have like curfew, but yeah, we have an order stay at home. And me and my wife, we probably in risk age, so we try not.
Hmm, yeah. So, do you think I can do something to have this? All the people interested in it could be interesting in my initiative to come to kind of come to the meeting and discuss that. Or sorry, I think you're muted. I think you're muted. Uh, I don't hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, now it's good. Great.
Yeah, something going on. What I'm trying to tell, I mean, there are, I think, you can pin them on IRC, which is probably like more effective. Then, if you look at, I'm looking at that calendar. Let me see what they have. Unfortunately, for some reasons, I don't have that on calendar, and I don't see that on storage team calendar. But they have Christina's meeting. You know what I'm talking about? Christina
Yes.
Mino, and
Yeah.
you probably have all people in there. You have like David, you have Zach, you have Andrew. You have like everybody that you need in terms of to address CI issue. So you need to go to that meeting.
Okay. Do you know how they call that, or can you forward me the invitation there?
That's the issue. I don't see the meeting, and that's actually surprising. Let me see. Maybe I see previous meeting core.
Hello.
Here
Hello.
is David, by the way.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
David.
David.
Hey.
Um,
What's
yeah,
uh what's going on?
thanks for coming. I wanted to discuss some idea that I had regarding CI and tetralogy. I sent an email on the mailing list, kind of trying to capture these ideas, um, and I thought maybe also bring it up in this meeting if you guys have time.
Uh I need to go look at the email again.
I can sum it up
So
for you, or if you
yeah,
don't
I
have
mean
time, then
we don't really have anyone working full time on the CI. And this is a lot of work.
okay. Um, so
I don't disagree with you that this would be valuable. I just don't know how to go about doing it.
hmm.
It's beyond my expertise.
Yeah, when
What was the idea?
the idea is to have some kind of integration testing kicking off automatically when you run when you push a PR, or it's a process, part of the process of PR pushing. I mean, currently it's a very manual and kind of time-consuming process because even though everything builds in Jenkins, then this doesn't help with tautology. You have to push your branch into Ceph CI and then wait for Shaman to produce the builds. And then once they're there, you go and you run some tautology tests, and everything is manual and error prone, and kind of it takes lots of time because the time that it takes between the different steps is pretty long, and because you have to wait for everything, it's becoming even longer. You can also make many mistakes and make changes in one place, and there's no robust process that kind of assures that your tests, the integration tests, are passing. And given how sparse our unit tests are, which makes sense, I mean, for a system like ours, then it means that the automatic process of Jenkins is not very strong for capturing regression issues. It also means that people are often not running any tautology tests on their PRs, and it's like a couple of experts like Casey and other people that are doing this job for everybody, which is also pretty bad. Um, so I thought about that it could be. I mean, it's not something like I'm inventing here or anything. It's like in many projects, it's pretty common to run integration tests as part of Jenkins. And of course, we can't, kill the system with running huge amount of tautology tests every time somebody's changing something in the PR. But there could be things that we do in place to at least have a subsets of targets, subsets of tests, and maybe even derive that from the files being changed, like whether it's RTW or OSD and so on and so forth, to know what to run there as basic sanity. And hopefully that could catch many regression issues that we have and save lots of time for developers and make them more friendly with the tautology system. So that's
Yeah, I think
the
you need,
overall idea.
I think you need to have like different audience, and I don't know who that might be. I mean, David is more about infrastructure, right? So like if like something is already decided, right, and maybe developed, so he can probably make it happen on
So
machine. But then
I had
I'm go.
I had a chat with Adam Kreitman. I think David, he's in your team, right? And I
Is he?
mean,
Who's Adam?
He is my counterpart
Is it the
slash
guy
backup.
that we added like lately?
yeah, I think he joined a couple months ago.
Yeah, I think he started in August.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, usually I hate to bring up ideas and then kind of step back. But I'm not a it's very hard for me to actually do the work. I have no expertise in that. So I spoke with Adam and I mean he said that he did lots of Jenkins work in the past and so I guess if I could be coupled up with somebody that has more CI experience than myself because I have zero experience with that, then maybe this could be pushed forward somehow.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah, I
definitely
mean
above
this.
my
Yeah,
head in terms of how to make it happen.
yeah. This would be a huge undertaking. Um, as far as I'm concerned, the way Ceph is built is kind of a large black box. Um, so I'm just out of curiosity. I'm looking at your email and under suggestion you say select one target and this target is automatically built. Well, what do you mean by target?
I mean, currently, how make check works, right? So somebody, I don't know who, selected Ubuntu 18.04 as the kind of reference target to build Ceph for. So Ceph is built in Jenkins for Ubuntu 18.04, and then make check runs against the Ceph image of Ubuntu 18.04, which is awesome. So I would say the same. Let's say the same image. I mean, instead of building it in Shaman for like 5 or 4 combinations, run the basic sanity, right, which is an overkill. Just take the same image that you already built in Jenkins for Ubuntu 18.04 and run some integration tests against that.
Yeah. Well, so does MakeCheck even build any packages, or does it just make sure that Ceph will compile?
Well, MakeCheck is running unit tests, so it doesn't really build packages. I think it compiles everything, and then it builds the tests themselves. So the tests are just code that's being built. I don't think it really brings up any cluster. It links against the code of Ceph or different things in Ceph and check it or run tests against it. But it's not like our integration test. It doesn't install anything. It doesn't install Ceph. So MakeCheck does do tests, but not really cluster tests. It's not like Restart is running there anymore.
Yeah.
So this is why the unit tests are very limited in something like you can check the small component, but the system is really a distributed large system, so it would be difficult. But what I thought is that, you know, I don't know if the same images or maybe some more work would need to be done there. But you know, a single image, not you know, there's no, if you run basic sanity, it doesn't really matter if it's Ubuntu or CentOS or SUSE, right? So you know, a single image being built, and then just using the existing tautology infrastructure, run a small subset of tautology tests, and get the reply back to Jenkins to tell it whether it's good or not.
So as far as I know, Teuthology doesn't know how to do that. It knows how to install Ceph and run some tests and then report results. You're not going to find anybody who's going to volunteer to write code for Teuthology. I can tell you that right now. It's been abandoned, for lack of a better term.
But we do have Cure doing something for Teuthology, right, from SUSE.
Yeah, I mean
And
he's making it Python 3 compatible.
and then we do have some talk about having interns if we have them, and we have like a batch of projects. We have, you know, we had meeting with Sage, Josh, and other people from core team, and they defined what they want to do for Teuthology. Mainly, it was about rewriting the queue piece of code.
I
So
think
we,
there's also a proposal as part of a GSOC, Google Summer of Code, to allow to run local tautology. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen that on the for easier test development for developers.
I think, you know, your challenge is not the suggestion, but your challenge is to find like a couple of people and buy in to like try something out. And second
Mhm.
part is that I mean, whatever you're saying, it's above my head. I don't understand that. But I think that the challenge is to talk to somebody who actually understands all those pieces real well and can suggest to you what may or may not be either wasted effort or useful effort or duplication, etc.
Mhm.
I mean, if I were you, I probably would talk to somebody like Josh. In these meetings, typically Greg used to be present like a while ago. He also would be probably good source to run it by.
Okay, sure. So Josh, what's his last name?
Okay, Josh Durgin. Hold on, I'll give you. I'm giving you emails.
Sure.
Josh.
Okay, got it.
And Greg Farnham. I'm not sure. Josh definitely knows. And Josh, if you saw an email yesterday, he will be covering for Sage while Sage will be uh, away.
Okay.
Then on this meeting, right, there is a guy, Kerr, and he is somewhat working on pathology.
Yeah,
Josh would be. Go ahead.
I don't disagree that these changes would be beneficial. I think what we probably need first is buy-in from some core developers, like Yuri said, and then I, I think ultimately it's probably going to be up to my manager whether, like, if we can do this, and then who can do this.
Okay.
You know, if you gave me like a large bash script of what this would look like, I could integrate that. But as far as like making it all work, like I don't know how to code. Um, like I can write some pretty basic bash, but like when it comes to Python, I'm completely lost, let alone C. So
Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with C, nor Python. I mean, the Jenkins, it's a matter of changing our Jenkins code, which is, yeah, it's code, but um, I just never worked with that. I can look into that, try to learn that a little bit, and see how our Jenkins infrastructure work. Um, you
yeah,
know what?
I'm sure there is historical reason why we go all the way through to building an entire repository and then installing it and then testing. You know, I'm sure there is a valid reason for that.
Oh, no, no. Oh, okay. For sure, there's a good reason for that to enable flexible testing mechanism, which is what Topology is. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something much simpler. Yeah, it's good that people can, write the test, put it in one repo, write the code, put it in different repo, and play around with that, and push that, and run Topology against all kind of combinations. This is awesome if you want to do special testing. But this process when you're just pushing a PR is kind of tedious, and what's even worse is that it is causing people not to run tests.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I
so
mean,
that
that's I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you that I think it is great that we have the ability to do that, but it's the only way that we have to test things. So I agree that it's overkill, and Ceph and Toothology are both gigantic monolithic monsters.
I I mean what I can do, I can try and kind of automate the the process that I'm doing, like manually automate that in a bash script. This I can do. It will be done in a very, very inefficient way because I don't have the internal of the shaman build system and so on and so forth to understand how those things are working. Like, what I do currently manually, I push something into Ceph CI, wait for that to appear in Shaman, and then running tautology test on tautology. I can automate that in a bash script in a very inefficient way, but this is not where I want the solution to be. But if you want to use that as an outline or as an example of how things could be automated, then I can do that.
Well, so it sounds
Uh,
like you want to test the changes in code before any packages are even built. Is that right?
no, actually, packages has to be built because this is the way Tautology is working. It's actually installing Ceph. So to install Ceph, they need packages to be built. So I need packages to be built. I don't need them to be built for all the combinations that are currently done. Currently, when I'm pushing something to Ceph CI, then something there kicks in and build 6 different images. Like
Yeah.
I don't need that, right? So why do I need for the nightlights? Of course, you need 6 different images, but for the basic sanity test, you don't need 6 different images. You just need one.
Yeah.
And when this process is done, I have no idea when it's done. It could be done in a couple of hours. It could be done next day. I have to check to refresh the Shaman webpage, and when I see that it's done, then I'm going on the tautology machine, and then I'm running my tests there. So I can automate all of that, but this is not the right way to go with this. It has to be really better integrated into our Jenkins code and so on and so forth. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying I can write the bash script, but that won't be where I want the whole thing to go. Also, just an example, the way that I run tautology, I SSH into the tautology machine, and then I'm running something from there. Like I would need the Jenkins to do that for me. Now, Jenkins doesn't even have credentials Maybe it has. I have no idea. But the Jenkins machine doesn't have credentials that I know about on the tautology machine. So how does it even work? No idea. So this is why it's really kind of difficult for me, just as a developer, to do something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I just talked to Josh. I was trying him to ambush him, similar like I did with David, but he's in the other meeting right now. And what he said is that I told him that he cannot join, but he said that next week we have CDS release, plus testing discussion, and it's next Monday, 7:10 a.m. Pacific time. So let me see if we have that. I'm not sure if I have it on my schedule.
7 a.m. Pacific is great for me.
I think I sort of see what you're getting at.
Me?
Okay.
He mentioned that, like, we can talk about, we can talk about in that CDS meeting.
Yeah, I see that. I see CDS Pacific. I'll just copy that to my
I don't actually
calendar.
see that. Where do you see it?
It's on Monday. It's like in the, I don't know, storage, whatever. I can forward that to you.
Is it Monday 30th?
Yeah, Monday is 30th of March at, well, I don't know, for
Oh,
me
I,
it's 5 p.m.
I checked the storage team meeting and I don't see that. Let me check Josh's calendar. Still don't see it.
I just added you. Like I'm gonna forward that to you.
Okay, as long as you found it. So that would be for
Yes.
you a good way to get it started, at least discuss.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, awesome. Okay, this was really great. So I'm gonna be there next Monday and hopefully get some buy-in from the stakeholders.
Get ready.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
No
I mean,
problem. Thanks.
I'll do what I can. Um, this is all kind of a big black box to me as far as building and testing and stuff.
How you doing, David?
Yeah.
How am I doing? Fine.
Yeah, are you feeling you were sick a little?
Yeah, no, I think I just had a
Oh,
stomach bug.
yeah. I had stomach bug like 3 weeks before all this started. Like if I had it right now, I would be dying like in line, be tested.
Yeah. Yeah, it was scary. I had a fever for a bit, but it broke. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll join that meeting next week too. Just
Awesome.
Did you send it to me too, Yuval?
I just forwarded that to you.
Okay, cool.
The email. Okay. Thanks. Take
Thanks,
care,
guys.
guys.
Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.
yeah.